Good morning. Coming off the back of sickness, the lady's back again. Tell a friend Molly's back. Hello. How you doing? Today we are going to make some delicious food. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today we are making pepperoni rolls. This is a recipe I developed 2 years ago for fallout. It was a fallout recipe and it is so delicious. So I didn't really take many photos. It's when I do recipes for like video game collaborations or whatever, I usually take 1 or 2 photos and then send them off in the media kit or whatever, and I don't take many more. The photos that I took, they're okay, but I only had like 2 of them, so I was like, let's just do a proper photo shoot today. I'm gonna do it on stream, which is exciting. I've been working on some things to be able to do some cool stuff. We're gonna build on it. Today it's day 1. I just talk about in the biz, and we've got some other ideas there. Day 2. Is that? I'm going to doubt myself. And then, Kat, is that right? Day 2? He's laughing at me. So we're also making some strawberry shortcake for Shay. Shay redeemed strawberry shortcake a few weeks ago. I saw strawberries at the grocery store. They were meant to do them last week, but unfortunately I was being sick. I have been quite unwell. I am on the tail end of it now. I'm sounding better, I hope. Do I sound better? Is the music on? It's just me that can't hear it. See, I don't know if the music's on. I don't know. But yes. You sound excellent. Are you feeling significant? Oh my God, music isn't on. Hold on. Right now. No, it's not, is it? Maybe my earbuds are playing up. I don't know. He's just shut his door. Rosalie, can you tell him music? It was on before the intro. Yeah. And then, I don't know, maybe I pressed it when I came on. I don't know. So because of the pixel buds, I can control them from my ear, but anytime I like move to then like get it out of, like readjust my hair or something, yeah, it's not working. He is there. He's fixing it. Oh, you know what could have happened? Hold on. There we go, it's working now. Because I know why it is. My buds connected to my phone. Anyway, what am I saying? We're making strawberry shortcake. We're making pepperoni rolls. Pepperoni rolls. They're like more like pizza pockets, but filled with pepperoni and cheese. And then you dip them in this really delicious like marinara sauce. It is truly yummy. It's like sweet and then like smoky. It's really good. I am sounding significantly about it. Yeah, so I started with a sore throat. If you guys remember, like Friday, a week and a half ago, I had a sore throat. No, I had a headache, so I didn't stream. And then over that weekend, I was like really lethargic and just spent a lot of time on the couch, which I never do. Like I spent the weekend watching The Good Wife on the couch. And then Monday, I streamed on Monday, and then I had a sore throat and it progressively got worse. And then I started getting like temperature and then I started coughing, and I know that if I get sick enough, it usually goes into my chest. And it was tonsillitis first, I reckon, and then I went into my chest and I started coughing. And I've just been dead like the whole week and spent more time on the couch and trying to work from my laptop, but it's just been crap. I just hate feeling as though, like, you know, when you're sick, you're tired, but you can't sleep, and it's just been bleh. But I'm glad to be back with you guys. How many of you guys have had strawberry shortcake? Exceed was like excited, and so I think the difference is like from what I think of strawberry shortcake to what other people think of strawberry shortcake. Like, I think of it more as like a scone or like a sweet version of a biscuit, than with like macerated strawberries or fresh strawberries and then whipped cream. Whereas some people do like some people make strawberry shortcake with sponge cake, and it's just like a sponge jam and cream. Always with grandma. Yeah, many times. Easy. So the way I was gonna make it today, but I'm interested to see suggestions. Like, Shay, this is your redemption. I was gonna make like, yeah, see the reason why the spongy type. Beware says, like, that's what you're used to, having the spongy type, because the term shortcake means like it's literally short. Like, there's no gluten formation. It's like a we would call a scone. It's like butter that's rubbed into flour to prevent like too much texture. And that's what I think of it as, but I'm open to making whatever. I have, like, you know, I always think of, we did Studio Ghibli theme stream once, and I made like a Japanese, it was kind of like a sponge with cream and jam. It's the same type of thing, but I got a recipe. I think, Shay, you sent me a recipe, right? So, well, let's see the poll. The poll's not working? No. My poll's not working. Why isn't this working? All right, I usually have a button that opens the poll, so I have to open up Twitch.
Hello.
My see poll thing isn't working.
See poll?
Yeah. To open the poll.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not doing that today.
Okay. No worries.
So Chester is booked in today for 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Can you take him?
Yep.
They couldn't get Romeo in at the same time, so Romeo is booked in Wednesday.
Oh, you booked in Rome?
That's because you said that they both need to go.
No, I said both ears. I said both ears are infected. I'll cancel it when I'm there. Okay.
Chester's booked in today.
Booked in for 12. Okay.
Good.
Fabulous. They were all good? So we've been a little bit unwell in our house. Me, Exceed's fine. He's like superhuman. Chester and Romeo, I think Rome's fine now, but Chester has two infected ears. He went to the vet last week. He got a clean bill of health. He's basically clinically in remission, clinically stable, which is very exciting. However, he now has two infected ears. He just started one, and then they're just a bit meh. So we're going to go to our local vet today just to get that sorted. But I've given them some pig's ears just to chew on to be happy. Yeah, so because we're getting onto it now because Chester's predisposed because of his chemo medication. He's predisposed to, like, he's immunocompromised basically. Okay, the poll, Shiza. It goes away so quick. What is this? All right, the other thing that I wanted to show you is what we're going to be doing today. If once we make everything, is we've set up 7 responded with yeah, and then was there any nas?
I'm coming.
Thanks, Roselli. The other thing is this. You want to see? Hey! So we have a camera set up here, and this can move and whatever. So this is, I can take a photo and then you go here and you'll be able to see, and it'll update, that's my latest photo. So I thought we would do some photography. Like, so often that we make a stream on, make a food on stream, and then like it's hard for me to take photos because it deteriorates when it's not fresh. So sometimes I remake it and then take photos of it, and it's like double handling. So I thought if we could take photos on stream, then I can get stuff on the website way quicker. And I've got a backload of recipes that are basically tested and good to go. They just need to be photographed. So I thought we could do it quicker and easier. And then also I can just step you guys through my process of how I take photos, what I do. Teach you some stuff for taking photos on your phone and taking photos like with the camera in general. Lighting techniques that I am not I'm still learning, huge learner, but there's things that I've learned along the way that might be helpful to you and might be a bit of interesting content. So eventually we might even start doing like filming videos on stream as well. So then I can create a real food, like a recipe video and photos all in one. So it just like hits a nail on the head to do content, and then I can get the recipes up and everything. Because Google at the moment, the way going forward, Google really wants blog pages, websites to be as helpful as possible, and recipe videos are huge. Educational videos on how a recipe's made and the go-to steps. It really boosts the recipe for SEO, and I have a backload of recipes I need to film to make videos and editing as well. But anyway, before we continue, let's go back to last time on I'm Rambling, and we're gonna get into some food. We did poached chicken salad on the last stream. So we did poached chicken salad, and then we turned that salad into soup. It was really nice. I think it needs a little bit more work. The salad dressing needs more oomph. And then we also turned the salad into rice paper rolls. It was like a multi-use recipe. Perfect for winter, but then also for summer. Nice spring summer salad. And then if you want to heat it up, that salad just is then put into the broth which you poach the chicken in. It's really good. $5 cheeky from Beware to start off the week last week with a goal, and then we didn't stream the rest of the week. 110 bits, 11 subs, resubs, gifted subs, 22 people are new former follows. So thank you everyone for that. You'll notice in Discord, the bot Exceed has been making some changes to the bot. Basically, we had this program that we were using, and we had to, I may be incorrect in saying this, we were using a server, now I'm doubting myself. Basically, we were paying for a service, and it was about to renew for 4 years, and it was going to cost us $2,500. So Exceed was like, nope, we're not doing that. I'm going to remake it, and I'm going to host it in Azure, and he's going to rebuild the bot himself with some other services. So we're starting first with the Molly bot in Discord, so that you can do ! next stream, and it'll take the data from the calendar and show you guys when the next stream is. And then he'll also use the Molly bot on stream so that you can see like today's supporters and things like that. Like this will come up in the bot information. Just very helpful for me to see who like last time on, who supported the channel and things, to give you guys, the credit you deserve. We're going to do a deep dive into Discord, show what the community has been cooking and eating. I'll try and get through it as quick as possible, while making sure everyone gets the good love, because we haven't been streaming for a week. Let me pause this. I want to know about your week, how your weekend has been. What have you guys been up to? This is Sloppy Joe's on roasted potatoes with cheese and roasted cauliflower and asparagus. Ooh. See, that's how, is this how normal people roast their cauliflower? I roast mine so much that it's like a third of, even a quarter of the size, and it's crunchy. I don't know how much nutrients is left in, but I really like crunchy cauliflower. This looks nice. Sloppy Joe's. I haven't done them in years. I think maybe only twice made Sloppy Joe's. We've got to revisit it. It's one of those things that you hear a lot in American TV, cinema, movie. They're all the same thing. But it's like not something that we eat here. Kate went to the market and wanted a peach iced tea, ordered a large and basically got a jug. Wow. I wouldn't say I'm normal, but that's how I roast cauliflower. Nice. Also called manwich. Sloppy Joes are called a manwich. Interesting. So this is defined by Sloppy Joe being inside a sandwich, like 2 buns. Can Sloppy Joe's just be an open-faced bread? Or does it have to be in like 2 pieces of bread? How's it work? And Kate bought an ube. I always thought it was oob, but you guys have told me it's ube. Ube cookie. Never had proper ube, only had the essence that we've used on stream. It's like a vanilla taste. I don't mind it. Manwich is a brand of, yeah, that's what I thought. I heard the name Manwich and I thought it was like a frozen dinner. Okay, so it's canned Sloppy Joe sauce, but a lot of people call Sloppy Joe's Manwich. Good marketing on their part. Interesting. Thank you, Rosalie. Emily, Thai coconut chicken soup. Look at this. Look at that. Nice. Nice. Great work. Thank you for sharing. Kate, Emily said ube is a natural purple Japanese sweet potato, and it tastes a lot more nutty and far more sweet than a regular sweet potato. Okay. I promised Exceed a few weeks ago that I would make a crunch wrap. Unfortunately, we didn't have the big tortillas. You only can get them from Coles. They're like jumbo, they're about this big. And so we had a bit of an issue folding, so I just made it basically a taco quesadilla. And then I also had some taco salad for myself. It was good. Hey, Dexosaurus. We always made Sloppy Joe's homemade with large chunks of onion and green pepper. You had me there and I was like in agreement until you said green pepper. Ugh, green capsicum is bad, but I could do it with red. I think someone should redeem Sloppy Joe's. I knew you'd like that. So I asked the question if anyone else gets really hungry when they're sick, because last week, even though I had a temperature and I was coughing and I had a sore throat, I think it's because I've stopped and I'm on the couch and I just think about food and I'm hungry, even though I eat different types of food and I don't feel satisfied. I just get so hungry, and because I know some people just don't eat and they lose weight or they get dehydrated and stuff because they're so sick. But I'm the opposite. I get so hungry. I have the opposite issue where I can't eat when sick. I basically go liquids only, protein shakes and smoothies. I'm the opposite. My husband has to force me to eat when I'm sick. I suppose it's different types of sick, but and that's why I am very grateful. Exceed will still be working, and I have so many recipes that in like first things first that are so quick to throw together when you don't feel like you feel a bit lightheaded or you're hungry but you need something nourishing. Like my go-to is the Thai coconut soup or the lemon soup, the lemon chicken rice soup from All In Together. I make that in the pressure cooker and it's very nutritious. It's like a chicken soup but with lemon and then some rice in it to like bulk it up. And you'll see over the next week, like of the last week of, I've been eating a variety of different foods. But and then I get really, I want to cook, like I want to bake and stuff, but I cannot have the energy. Yeah, and that, do you know what it saved me? I had like some frozen cookie dough in the freezer, and so I snacked on some of that the other day. Maybe your body is using up up more resources to fight whatever is making you sick. So yeah, that is definitely, I would say, is probably true. So you get hungry more often quickly. Yeah, I would agree with that. And when I'm sitting on the couch, like I like to have a cup of tea or like some warm food now, especially because it's winter. I think that I'm definitely going to make some stuff like soup and then freeze that for the coming winter when I can't be bothered cooking. Just easier. Good morning. Thank you very much. Yeah, so how many of you guys, are you eaters when you're sick, or are you eaters like me, or do you struggle to get food in? Nido says, I'm definitely not the type of person who loses their appetite. Mash and gravy for me, or the Trident hot and spicy soup. That's her go-to meal. Kate said, Beware said, depends on the illness, but yes, sometimes I try to listen to my body and give it what it needs in those situations. I always want soup, maybe really crunchy toast. I like crunchy toast for a sore throat. That's what my mum always used to give me, crunchy Vegemite toast. And she always said to me as a kid, like, you don't chew it very much and just let it, like, it scratch and slide down your throat, because then it, like, she always said, the rough surface, like, scrapes off any, like, the infection. That's what my mum always told me. And the Vegemite is so salty that it also, like, covers your throat. Isn't that funny? I don't eat until I'm better. Okay, Sensei, interesting. Monday, got cookies. Dentist appointment, got cookies. Sinus infection, got cookies. Yeah. Question, on a scale from non-follower to a tier 3 sub, how do you rate Funyuns? Non-follower. Probably non-follower, like pretty low. Funyuns, I've never met a Funyun. I've probably eaten Funyuns maybe 3 times in my life. I would say follower. If a non-follower and then follower and then like sub tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, I would say follower. Like, they're not terrible, but they're not great and they're not really good. Tier 2, see, I remember eating them in the US once, and the other time was at the airport in Nepal when we were just about to fly out of Kathmandu. That was the only 2 times that I can remember. And I just remember in Nepal when we were in the terminal. If you've ever been to Nepal, it's kind of like a loading pen for animals. Like, it's not like a big airport. I think I got them from the little shop stall thing. And I just remember we hadn't really eaten much fresh food, and we were looking forward to getting home. And it was the only food that was kind of available because I was worried about, like, getting sick on the plane. Yeah. Is that the onion type? Yeah, they're like, Funyuns are like fried onion chips. Yeah. They're like puffed chips with like an onion flavour. I'm so interested that you guys think that they are tier 2. You guys have so much choice over there for chips. You know what I got to like introduce you into? To Smith's salt and vinegar chips. They're the best. Smith's salt and vinegar. Kate, speaking of Nepal, this is the first thing I ate when I came home from Nepal, is a ham and salad sandwich. This is my ultimate comfort food in like handheld form. This for me, and it's even better when someone makes it for you. Holy God, do I love a ham and salad sandwich. Ham, cheese, tomato, lettuce, avocado, whole grain mustard, salt, pepper. That's my order. Fresh bread, that is magnificent. Kate just always makes it so good. They taste like oil from the circus fryer that makes solely onion rings. Yick. Yick. Pringles sour cream and onion. Oh, they're pretty good, but I don't think you can eat like too many of them. Like salt and vinegar chips, just the thought of salt and vinegar chips makes my tongue makes my mouth water. So good. Bought some new beans. So this is a new coffee company called Brightside. We bought green beans. So we can do it today or we can do it on Wednesday. I bought green beans to roast our own coffee. The recipe, the people online said using a popcorn maker. So I don't know how much we can make in a popcorn maker. My popcorn maker is a bit small. But either an air fryer, a popcorn maker, or roasting in the oven. I thought it would be cool. Exceed rolled his eyes and was like, oh my God, what are you up to now? Then this here is called Seriously Good Decaf. Exceed and I really like it. It's about $52 for a kilo, 2 pounds, which is kind of the average coffee price. It's a bit more expensive because it's decaf. But you buy it on subscription and then you cancel it straight away. And it's like $44 or something. And then this is Costa Rica. So these are 2 caffeinated. This one's already roasted and the one on the left is green. Subscription, yeah. I had to go to the vet with Chester on Saturday. I was feeling a little bit better, but I wore a mask and like sanitized my hands and things like that. And we went up and Chester's got his blood test. Turns out he's good. As I said, he's clinically stable. She would say, relatively, you could say that he's in remission, or clinical remission. And so we celebrated on the way home. We had the heater on, and we bought a crispy chicken, McCrispy, maybe. It was really good. And he said he doubts that, he goes, that I have to try it again when I'm not unwell, because he goes, maybe you were just sick and maybe you were just hungry. But it had lettuce in there as well. But I thought it was good. It was a good sandwich. It is basically just bread, good in my opinion. Chicken, crispy fried chicken, good. Lettuce and mayo. That was all that's in there. I'm a big fan. Has anyone tried the QP yuzu flavour? Not as good as Molly bread. Dex, you just warmed my heart. Shay, I was confused with this. Someone might accidentally left the chicken on low instead of keep warm all night. It was me. I even checked before going to bed and it still left it on low. I have a question about this, Shay. Do you often cook chicken for long periods on keep warm? I'm just curious because my old slow cooker like this, the keep warm setting was too low, and like it was very low temperature, and so it wasn't actually cooking. It wouldn't actually cook the chicken, and for especially extended periods of time, keeping it at a really low temperature like that, I just worry about bacteria. Have you ever had an issue with bacteria or like food poisoning? Because I would have thought is that because I would keep it on with more liquid, keep it on low overnight would be okay. So I'm just curious how whatever anyone else does. The curious part for me wants to see the cross section of these. Yeah, the inside looks like, yeah. How much liquid did you have in there initially? Because obviously it's evaporated, but I'm just always interested. It's ever since I learned a lot making our cookbook that I never knew about slow cooking and pressure cooking, and I know that other people do it. Everyone does, uses appliance differently. So I don't know if Shay, you're still around. I think she's cooking dinner or something. Friday was International Donut Day. So Kaz got brown butter brioche donuts. One was funfetti filling, vanilla icing with sprinkles, okay. One is fluffernutter, peanut butter marshmallow, and the one is Nutella. How were they? I'd like a review, please. Kaz? I was going to make donuts on Friday, but unfortunately I was unwell. I would like to make marshmallow cream, like homemade fluff. What do you think? They were excellent. Which one did you prefer? No, we cook it completely first. We made it, but when I got sick, so we didn't eat it. So we were going to leave it on keep warm overnight. It had 8-ounce barbecue sauce. Okay. Can I, obviously you do you, boo. And you know your own setting and things. I would just let you know, I feel really like this is not my place to say, but I just, there is quite a big risk of, especially chicken, if you've cooked it, leaving it in what's called the danger zone. So anything above 4 degrees Celsius and below 60 degrees Celsius, it's called the danger zone. And food should be not kept in there for more than, once you cook something, cool it down, especially meat. What I recommend, they don't even recommend taking the pot out and putting it in the fridge directly, because the ceramic container, the ceramic slow cooker pot holds too much heat and it doesn't slow down as fast. So the recommendation is to remove the contents, put it in a Tupperware container and into the fridge as soon as possible, just for food safety. Hello, how you doing? How do I pronounce your name? I would say Kefir? Kai? Nice. I'm sure once I get sick, I won't do it again. You probably know what you're doing, and I don't want to overstep, but it's also an opportunity for me to tell other people. And I've been doing a food safety course recently, just to be certified for some stuff happening that, keeping food in the danger zone. And I know in theory you're meant to do certain things, and I don't always do them myself. I defrost sometimes on the bench but yeah, keeping things on the bench, especially meat, and keeping things Exceed is a big stickler for, as soon as we finish food, popping it in the fridge as soon as possible. And yeah, it's thanks. So there is information in First Things First. if you go here, so this is the cookbook that we released. You can get it physical and ebook version, electrical. And it talks about food safety, a little bit in here. Defrosting, freezing, refrigeration, fridge essentials and freezing essentials. So things that should be in the fridge, freezer. Okay, where is it? Safety guide, here we go. So chicken, poultry, which is chicken, duck and turkey. Expected fridge life 3 days. The cooking temperature is 74 Celsius or 165 Fahrenheit, and you want to cook it till it's opaque. So you want to keep it in the fridge below 4 degrees Celsius or 40 Fahrenheit. That's what you should make sure your fridge is like below. Modern fridges have electrical, God, words today, electrical like thermostat or like temperature gauge, and you can set them. But a backup, if you are worried, is to get a thermometer and keep it in your fridge. Speaking of, how long are we allowed to defrost meat and keep it out of the fridge? I heard chicken, fish, you want to at least 2 hours. Yeah, so if ideally you want to defrost, it's dependent on how you're going to be cooking the meat, but ideally, and how fresh the meat is, right? So if you have meat that you have bought, kept in the fridge for 3 days, and you're like, oh no, I'm not going to eat this, I'm going to freeze it, that bacteria is higher than it would be on day one. And then you want to defrost it and cook it straight away. You don't want to like defrost it for a few hours on the bench, because then that bacteria is going to grow. So bacteria multiplies every, I think it's 2 hours, if I remember correctly. So defrosting in the microwave is the safest form, or taking out of the freezer and then putting in the fridge. Hey Google, close bedroom blind. Does that make sense?
Sorry, it looks like 2 lights aren't available right now.
Hey Google, close bedroom blind.
Okay, closing the bedroom blind.
And then, so the things you should be more worried, no, that's okay. The things that you should be more worried, like chicken or poultry, and fish, seafood, like shellfish, any type of seafood, and chicken you should be more worried about and take more precautions for food safety. You know, keeping them in the fridge only for like 2 to 3 days. Seafood, 2 days. Chicken, 3 days. So if you're in doubt, you don't think you're going to use something, portion them individually, like chicken breasts, then pop them in the freezer. Makes it easy to defrost when you need. You can pick up how many you need, and then use them as you go. It doesn't take too long to defrost in the microwave. I usually defrost in like a minute and a half. Like fold it, you know, turn it over, defrost it another 30 seconds, and then I chop it up and cook it straight away. But yeah, just a little thing. Sorry, distracted. Okay. I don't know what my hat looks like, but I made pancakes, first things first, pancakes from that same cookbook. We had no eggs, so I tried to make like a flax egg. It didn't work out great. The pancakes were good, they were kind of similar, but you do need eggs. They were tasty. I released 3 new recipes last week. One was the brookie, the crispy pork and mushroom dumplings. They can be substituted for chicken or turkey if you want instead of pork. Beef even works, just a nice base recipe. The recipe for the wrappers is in there as well. And then you've got the hunter's pie. So this is the recipe I created for Bethesda, for Elder Scrolls. I also have the pepperoni rolls that are coming today. and a chicken pot pie recipe as well coming up. So beautiful pie, either pastry on top, or you could do mashed potato, like sweet potato or regular potato on top. Makes it healthy and yummy. Sushi, this is the beef carpaccio sushi recipe. I just made it on the last week and ate way too much of it. It's very yum. This is an interesting study that was on Reddit about xylitol. A study came out saying that xylitol has been linked to cardiac issues, so heart issues. So if you are diabetic or 30 milligrams of xylitol, so it is like drinking a soda or having it in baked goods, in comparison to xylitol in like sugar-free gum. It has been linked to a high risk of prothrombotic is like thickening, like of your platelets. It's a very interesting study, so go and look at it if you're interested in sugar-free sugars. Beware says, why do the simple things feel the most luxurious? Strawberries, Effie's oatcakes, Humboldt fog goat cheese. Yum, this looks good. I would eat that. I like goat cheese a lot. Xylitol is in some of prescribed dental products. Yes, it's only in very small amounts. Xylitol is very good for for teeth. It has, I think, a hardening effect on your enamel. So the benefits of that is different to eating, like the consumption in higher amounts. You're not going to eat that much or consume that much in dental products, and you're usually going to spit it out, a high proportion of it. I bookmark followed this channel for next time. I need to go, responsibility suck. No worries. Thank you for being here, Kai. See you next time. Welcome in. Thank you, Beware. Thank you, Hells. I was just reading Beware's comment again. Kate's 10-year-old Oliver made an omelette all by himself. So we just, at the start of the stream, we go through a deep dive into Discord, show you what we did on last time on, and then we show what the community has been cooking and posting in our Discord channel called All Things Food, and then we get into food, promise. If they're using it for hardening teeth, why are we consuming it? Because you need strong teeth and bones. This is the all-in together Thai pumpkin soup, yum, with some seeded sourdough. I added some stracciatella cheese. I see didn't really like the mozzarella in there, the chunks, but I thought it was nice. Then we also had baked potatoes. I told you guys I've been wanting to bake potatoes for ages. I finally found some decent potatoes. I did roast 2. I've got 2 more to roast. And it just had cheese, sour cream, butter, spring onion, scallion, and some hot sauce. It was really good. Beware. Okay, hand pies, pastry was really good, but the gelled filling inside was too sweet for me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Overpowered the tartness of the rhubarb. Damn it. Is that covered with like a glaze? Royal blue potatoes, right. No, I was using, I don't know, I think, I'll have to show you. They're like a white potato, Dex. I bought them at the Spud Shed. I don't know what they're called, like a Dutch, I don't know names of potatoes other than royal blue. And then Mum took home a peach and an apple for her and my stepdad, so I'll get her review after I ate them. Nice, okay. And then this is, went to the farmer's market for the first time today with my mum, got a rhubarb hand pie to snack on, and got 1 onion and some fresh peas, not pictured, 1 onion, as well as some local honey with the comb. Beautiful. This would be, was it the flavour nice? The Spud Shed, yeah. I was posting about the Spud Shed 2 weeks ago. They started out as a market farm, And then they've grown into stores. They have a really big international section. A lot of foods from the US and imported food. It's really cool. I said to Exceed that I would like to start shopping there. The issue is that it's the same with Aldi. Like it is cheaper to shop there, but you have to go there in person. And if I went there in person, I would need a chaperone because I'm like, oh, new products? Yeah, let's try that. Whereas when I shop online, I can be way more diligent with how much things are costing, you know, because you know how much it's going to cost before you check out. A shopping chaperone. Does anyone want to be my shopping chaperone? Kaz, I can't control myself. Exceed gives me a hard time because I like to try new variations of new flavors or new products on occasion. I'm usually pretty good. I only spent $80 this week on groceries, and 50, 60, 70, yeah, $80. Because a lot of the stuff we had from last week, but I'm not very good in store because you just you pick stuff up and you don't know how much it is as you go. That's what I get. It's a trap. I could count myself, but this, okay, so Kaz's monthly pizza membership or subscription this month of June is Mexican street corn pizza. What are the little red things? Is that chili? Looks good. Very good, very cilantro-y. I like that. I can't wait for us to get a pizza oven. Little Moons. This is like mochi ice cream. Ooh, chorizo, that'd be good. The red parts. So caramel, blonde chocolate, so white chocolate and vanilla. Nice. I've had the chocolate one. It's like chocolate hazelnut, it's good. I tried a new technique to make fried chicken and honestly, I didn't like it. I said to Exceed, I feel like it ruined the chicken. It's this technique, we watched a video on Bon Appetit or something where they dredge the chicken and then they let it sit and then they double crumb it basically, and it was like way too thick. I didn't like it at all. It looks similar to my normal chicken, but you can get this crunchy effect with my trick. We'll have to make chicken, and again I'll show you my technique. I've over the years. It was really funny that when we rated 30 on the last stream, last Monday we rated, they were talking about I taught them how to make fried chicken and they've always done it ever since. Yeah, it's where you can get nicely coated chicken but with scraggy bits so that it goes crispy. Yeah, taking food up to date, no worries. You guys know I've been trying to look for Tony's Chocolonely for a long time. The only way I can access it is by a Marley Spoon order, like a HelloFresh box. I found it at Aldi and it was on sale, $4.99. Yet it was like this white chocolate strawberry shortcake thing. So, not for me. Kate had a vanilla slice. Usually it's just the bottom two layers and then like a glaze. It doesn't have this much cream on it usually. This is way overkill. Kate said it was like too sickening. That couple was amazing. Their lifestyle, yeah. They have been always so lovely to us. 30 and Brie are so sweet. And it's so great to see them living off the land and homesteading. I'm very excited for their new journey. I hadn't seen them for months online. They stream at different times. Do a lot of IRL stuff. So if you don't know the 30 show, you need to go and check them out. We'll raid them again at some stage. Beware last night's pizza. So Saturday nights are pizza for the Beware household. So this is stuffed crust, chicken, sausage, onion and tomato. Is this the onion you bought from the farmer's market? And then this one was bacon, spinach, onion, and Humboldt Fog goat cheese for me. Yum. Hey Google, what is Humboldt Fog cheese?
According to Wikipedia, Humboldt Fog is a goat milk cheese made by Cypress Grove of Arcata, California, in Humboldt County. It is named for the local ocean fog which rolls in from Humboldt Bay. It is an uncooked pressed cheese made from pasteurized goat's milk. Humboldt Fog is a mold-ripened cheese with a central line of edible white ash, much like Morbier.
Oh, I love rind cheese like that. No cream at all. What the fuck? The heck, yeah. That cream is way too big. So French vanilla, sometimes they call these, is it Napoleon? Where it's got a layer of cream? I don't know, but some places do with cream a little bit, but never as much as that. Easy, good quality sushi is hard to find in my area. Finally found one this weekend. Eel, looks on the top. Bluefin tuna, salmon belly nigiri. Then some bluefin tuna belly sashimi. Ooh, first time having bluefin tuna. Okay. Very nice. Yum. I never really get things like this. I think I should eat more raw seafood. Like, it's always, I don't know, made me feel a bit weird, but I do like raw salmon, raw tuna, like rare tuna, like tartare and tuna, spicy tuna. I can imagine I like it. It was an experience for sure. Would you go back? Like, would you try those again? Spaghetti for dinner. Cake comes next. Ooh, looks good. What kind of cake? Beware went a bit nuts and made a triple batch of the website Blondies, but got experimental. Okay, it's from left to right: maple, walnut, the OG, and coffee. These are the brown butter blondies with white chocolate chunks from the website. I'm loving that you're loving them. I want to ask Exceed if we can upload photos. Like, it would be really cool to see you guys, your recreations on the website so other people can see. I don't know how that works. I have to see. That you can like upload photos. Wouldn't you like to see that? If you were scrolling through a recipe and you saw how it turned out for someone else, you'd be like, oh, I could make that. You assume that it turned out well, I suppose. Would that be, what is the term, would that put you off a recipe if someone took a photo and it didn't turn out or didn't look good? So I don't know, you have to weigh it up. That looks great, beware. Hell's Bells roasted chestnuts. I have chestnut puree in my pantry and I don't know what to do with it. I've never had roasted chestnuts like this. Shelled and ready to eat. Your photos are pretty good. Thank you. Pretty good. Thank you. What I mean is say for instance, if the recipe at the comment section, Beware could upload her photo, like this photo, to show, and other people can upload the photos of their version of what they took. Like, would that be an incentive to make the recipe? You know what I mean? They could show it off. I should say excellent. They make me want to make everything. Thank you. Just playing around. Thanks, everybody. We love chestnuts. Only tried these because they were on special at Costco. They tasted best when heated. It tasted like boiled chestnuts. Instead, they were a lovely roasted flavor when you roast them. Okay. They tasted like boiled chestnuts instead of the roasted flavor. Interesting. Would definitely not buy them again as they have a slimy, oily coating. Oh, that's unfortunate. Even when wiped off, you can taste it. only one person liked them. That's really hard when you buy something at Costco and you buy a big portion, and if you don't like it, I get that fear. Is the coconut taste pronounced or obvious in your chicken coconut soup? Maybe obvious answer since coconut is the title, but sometimes I am surprised. I would say yes. Like it takes like, because it's coconut milk. You can, if you want to even more pronounced, you could use coconut cream and then add a little bit more water to thin it out. But it's also dependent on the variety of coconut milk you buy. The cheaper coconut could be more watered down, and better quality coconut milk will have a more pronounced flavour. Is it something that you like or don't like, Helix? The flavours of the chili and things do, like it is coconut forward, but the chilies and the spices and stuff are probably more forward, if that makes sense. The spices, so the coconut takes like a back seat. But yeah, you're still gonna know it's coconut flavoured. All right, let's make bread dough first for our pepperoni rolls. So this, as I said, this recipe, it was created originally to be, themed, but it doesn't need to, you don't even need to know what fallout is. It is so yum. Hold on, let me just. Okay. Okay, generally don't like coconut flavour, but willing to try it if it's subtle. I don't know, I can't promise. Are there people in your house that will eat it if you don't like it? Okay. So we're gonna go like this. How many of you guys like pizza scrolls, like savoury, like pizza pockets, basically? How many of you like pizza pockets? Mum texted me the review of the other hand pies. The peach barely had any peaches. Oh no. And the flavour was just okay, and my stepdad had similar about the apple. That's unfortunate.
Delicious.
Dex, thank you for gifting to Coconut Yoshi. 1,162. That's, I would say, let's say 30% of those were tier 3 subs. Dex, what the heck? What the heck? Thank you for gifting and for starting off our 1 of 10. All right. Part of me wants to be like, stop. Okay, let's put this here. We're going to be making, as I said, pepperoni rolls. Kind of like pizza pockets, but they're pepperoni and cheese. But the main part of it is this amazing dipping sauce. So we're going to be making the bread portion, which is a riff off, like usual, a riff off my soft burger bun recipe. These are soft, squishy kind of pizza rolls. You can add any filling if you want. You can steam them and then you can make them into like dumplings, or you could pan fry them and they're just so yum, or bake them like what we're gonna do. So the things you're gonna need are 350 grams of bread flour or plain flour. You just get a better texture if they're bread flour, just a bit more chewy, yummy. So 390. Have you guys seen, so these are from like Fallout, right? I was asked to make this recipe based on Fallout. Have you guys seen the TV show? The Fallout show? On, is it Prime or Netflix? I think it's Prime. Hey? We're gonna add in some water. So 225 grams of warmed water. So let's turn that on. Grab the yeast. Excuse me. Yeast. You loved it? Yeah, not yet. I've heard good things and tend to watch it. Yes. Who else? Who's seen it? Who hasn't seen it? I haven't, and I'm only marginally familiar with the series, but I've heard good things. We really enjoyed it. There is a bit of thing, there's a bit that, sometimes the continuity or like things don't make sense in a show, but like, we thought it was really good. I'm not my normal viewing, very violent, but I really liked it. Sometimes shockingly more violent than you're expecting. We're watching, that's the thing, we're watching Yellowstone at the moment. We're like season 4 of Yellowstone. And whoa, that is a show that, especially in the beginning, was way more violent than I expected. Okay, so 350 grams of flour. We're gonna add in here half a tablespoon, quite a bit of yeast, okay? Seven grams of yeast. I'm just making sure. Yeasty boys. We're gonna add some honey. Why would we add honey? Why would I add honey? Why would I add honey? Because honey makes you runny. Because it makes you funny. Honey, so for those that don't know, Dex is making a joke, but as a kid and still to this day, my grandma, you know how grandmas always have like little slogans and little things that they say. Tell me what yours says, but my grandma has always said, honey makes you funny. And obviously because it rhymes and it was cute as a kid. And it's just something that I always like taught Stream and I've always said myself. That was the stupidest thing ever. Oh my God. I thought it would pour. It's so cold.
Delicious.
Hey, Claus.
Sick
You're
days
sick?
on Molly days are the best.
I've been sick for the last week. Oh my God, that was so dumb. That was so dumb. I was going to put it in the microwave and I thought, nah, it's going to pour. It's going to pour. Yeah, this is wildflower honey. Raw wildflower honey. Yeah. It's real good. And the company is called Real Good Honey. We need a honey funnel. Honey funnel. Honey funnel. Could do. But the key, what I do, is you don't want to heat it too much, especially because it's raw. You don't want to take away those good nutrients by heating it too much. But you pop it in the microwave for like 15 seconds. Or submerge it in some warm water. Oh God, it tastes really good. Really good if you got a sore throat. Okay. At least we can reuse it. Oh, guys, I make a boo-boo. Now, so we've got honey. Honey is gonna act as sugar for the yeast. The yeast is also gonna eat the starch from the flour that is released. Starch is a carbohydrate. Honey is a carbohydrate. It's also gonna give it like a slight little bit of sweetness. Just a tiny bit, we don't want too much. And then we're going to add in our water.
Delicious.
Dex, thank you for gifting to people in the community. 9 gift subs. Thank you. Guys, can we give some love to Dex? You watch yourself. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, see, that's how it was supposed to go.
Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty.
Oh, hey, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know how, so, like, for that you had to press like a certain thing on the, to make that noise, right? How do you make it? Is it set up with Stream Elements where if like everybody who cheers 100 bits, it automatically makes that noise? Do you know what I mean? How do people do that? I haven't asked Exceed, he probably knows. And I've just thought about it just then. I haven't, there's so often that I think of things and don't, I ask you guys sometimes before him because we're on stream. Is it Stream Elements? So like, anytime someone cheers 100 bits, it automatically does that sound. Oh, good question. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, I'll clean that up in a minute. We need 225 grams of water. Warm, of course. Go slow. Thank you for the 100 bits, Beware. And Dex, thank you for the 9 gift subs today. There we go. That's it. And then we also want, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix this a bit and then we're gonna add some oil and some salt. I will show you my sauerkraut. Look at this. Look at the bowl. It doesn't look so much nicer with the glass bowl. Okay. Salt, we're adding 3/4 of a teaspoon. There we go. The salt is not only gonna give it flavor, don't you ever, ever, ever forget salt in a bread recipe. By golly, even a cake recipe. Don't ever, do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Don't you ever forget salt. Salt is a very important thing. But you will also know if you forget it in bread. If you forget salt in bread, it will taste like shit. I promise you. And I will tell you that you'll only do it once, but I sometimes do it often. I've done it quite a few times in my life that now I put it in like early so that I don't forget, because you will regret it. You can, I know Jonathan Ong has a certain bit amounts to cause certain effects. Okay, we'll look into it. And you guys, we should probably discuss what they should be. I don't want to make an executive decision because, like, what should 100 bits be? There we go. 100 bits, 200 bits. Candle wants 69 bits. Okay. So we've got that camera, and then today we're going, if you haven't seen it, today we're going to be taking some photos. Oh, look at this.
Delicious.
We could do it in the, hey, Bojangles, thank you very much. We could do in process shots. Oh my God. You guys can see it. And then you can see the photo that I last took here. Look at that. We're going to take some photos after this. Bojangles, thank you for the 200 bits. You legend. So, we're just going to knead. Keep kneading this. Once it starts to come together, then we're going to add the oil. Thank you for the hype train, guys. Cheers. Cheers from Indiana. I just had to check. I like that. Can we write that down? Beware. Looks like I just got here in time. You did. We're making pepperoni rolls. Fold-up pepperoni rolls. And then we are also doing strawberry shortcake. I don't know if you've ever heard llamas with hats, but every time there is a big dono in one stream, they set it up so that there is a massive explosion and all we hear is Carl. Llamas with hats. Llamas, is that the channel name? Curious, where did you get the Indiana mug? I got this from Beware. She sent it to me. I'm a Hoosier. An honorary Hoosier. Hoosier? Is that, am I saying it right? Look, you can send me one from your state. It's so nice to hold, a Hoosier. See, the Hoosier state. I got told it was Hoosier. But it's so cool. Look at all the things. I will send you a link later in Discord. Okay. I don't know, remember what this animal is called. It's like a red peacock. Oh, is it a Hoosier? Where's Beware? That's a cardinal? It looks so big. I thought cardinals were little. It looked like it's got a really long tail. Okay, we're going to put in here a half a tablespoon of oil. The oil is going to reduce the formation of gluten, and it's going to make the dough really soft and supple and going to give you that, you know how when you got like crusty French bread compared to like a burger bun, you know, like they're similar ingredients, right? Just with the inclusion, the burger bun, to make it soft, usually has some type of fat. So it shortens the proteins of the gluten formation and it makes it go soft. Whereas crusty French bread is just flour, salt, yeast, and water, 4 ingredients. So in France, a French baguette is like, it's legal, it's in law that it's only 4 ingredients, no preservatives, nothing. Hoosier, not a Hoosier. Hoosier. My grandma always said when you see a cardinal, it means a past loved one is visiting you. I love that. It's very sweet. A Hoosier is a person from Indiana. I know where the basketball gym is from the movie. There's a movie called Hoosiers. Hoosier. Okay. Hoosier. Hoosier. Okay, so we're going to let that do its thing. And then we're going to let that gonna let that rest. I get a bit scared because you know I don't like to have my hair down. I get a little bit scared that if I lean over this, even though my hair is not anywhere near it, my hair is going to get tangled in the machine. It's just a massive fear. When I was in woodwork as a young teenager, we had to take our jackets off, and we had to wear aprons, and we had to take our ties off. Had to have our hair back because the fear of God was put into you with any of the woodworking metal machines that they would like rip your hair off or rip your tie off or it was so dangerous. And so now I always am wary around machinery or equipment. Okay. I just like to sometimes take this off like that. Just so that you can become friends with this dough. You're born and raised Hoosier. There seems to be a lot of people from around Indiana, the Midwest. Indiana's the Midwest, right? There seems to be a lot of people from the Midwest on Twitch. Just stands out. Maybe you guys just like cooking. So, strawberry shortcake. How do you do it? How have you eaten strawberry shortcake in your life? Was it some type of sponge cake? Was it how explain to me your ideal perfect strawberry shortcake. We were supposed to do this last week and now my strawberries are a little bit bad, but they'll be fine. Okay. Explain to me your favourite strawberry shortcake. How does an Australian make it for you? I have an idea of how I would make it, but I want to know how you would prefer it. I'm an Ohioan myself, but spent 4 years in Indiana. Okay. Do Ohioans have a name, like a Hoosier? Do you guys get called, you just, cornies? Like, what is an Ohioan called? What do you got a nickname? My favourite strawberry shortcake is the one on a plate in front of me. Nice. Whoa, 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 Molly, whoa. Is that offensive? I don't mean any offence. I like, it was solely a joke. But, you know how sometimes it's like, you know how it's like swearing in a different language? You don't have that connection to the language. Like there's words that you would say in a different language, but you wouldn't say them in your own, like in English. It's like that. Like you could make fun of someone, but you don't really know the connection of that word or the connotation for that in a different country. Buckeyes. So you eat a lot of peanut butter with chocolate, and that's a Buckeye, right? When I think of Buckeyes, they're like the peanut butter mixed with powdered sugar and then in a bowl and then dipped in chocolate. Is that where Buckeyes come from? Or I feel like that I've just now misspoken. Hey Google, what is a Buckeye?
According to Wikipedia, Aesculus glabra, commonly known as Ohio buckeye, Texas buckeye, fetid buckeye, and horse chestnut, is a species of tree in the soapberry family native to North America. Its natural range is primarily in the Midwestern and lower Great Plains regions of the United States, extending southeast into the geological black belt of Alabama and Mississippi.
Hey Google, why are people from Ohio called Buckeyes?
On the website ohio.gov, they say, the term buckeye has widely been used to
That's really cute. Your little Buckeyes. Okay, now tell me other states' names. So our state in Western Australia, from my understanding, is a sand groper. Then hey Google, what are the names of people from Victoria, Australia? So I think you get, I've heard the term sand groper, I think for West Australians. Hey Dr. Scum, welcome back. They say, yeah. So this is our dough. It's very soft, very supple, beautiful. And we're just going to pop it in. I'm going to put it in another bowl because we might want to use this. Yeah, so tell me other names for other states. So if you're from California or Oregon, what are you called? Like, if you're from New York, like, so we refer to, like, as Australians, if you said Yank, a Yank is someone from the USA. However, I can understand if Yank is referred to someone from New York, because the Yankees. What do you think? I think Victoria is the Garden City. Okay. Interesting. We've gone off our conversation from shortbread, shortcake. Let me have a look. So sugar spun run. I found this recipe, or you sent me this recipe, strawberry shortcake. But it's an actual cake. Is that what you were thinking for me to make, Shay? Because how many of you think of strawberry shortcake like this? Like an actual cake? Because I would think strawberry shortcake for me is like this. Let me find a bigger photo. Like that. Most states, I think, are just versions of their names, like New Yorker or Californian. Okay. The second. So you would say strawberry shortcake is like this? In comparison to an actual cake, which is that. Yeah, the more of what I was thinking, but I couldn't find a recipe. So you're thinking the shortcake? Yeah? The version I showed you, what I thought? I know it as the cake. Interesting. Okay. So the first photo is the recipe that Shake sent me was a cake. Second version, let's say a scone, Australian version of a scone, okay? What would you choose? Guys, strawberry shortcake. You need to put 1 in chat for this and 2 in chat, not for that. 2 in chat for this. Can you repeat it? Yeah. Oh, poll would be good. 2 in chat for that. Shut up today. Get out of here. Oh, I don't want to. Go away. So pull up. Yeah, like the second picture. 2 in chat for this. 1 in chat for that cake. So the reason I say this is short cake is like a short pastry. So like it's butter rubbed into flour. It's very much like a scone. Whereas this is a cake, a sponge cake. This is like, to me, there's nothing really short about it. Try my best. No, it's not nothing to you. I'm very interested. Obviously, people had the same idea as well. If Shay says 2, I definitely say 2 and probably would have anyway. Okay. Interesting. There's more of people are voting 1. So this is 1 in chat. Oh, God. What are these pop-ups? And 2 in chat for that. Currently, this has 43% of the votes. This is losing. So we've got 43% of the votes is this. And 57% of you say this, cake. When you say, like, do you think the strawberry shortcake, not a preference of like what you would like to eat, I just want to confirm, it wasn't like a preference of like, I want to eat this, I like that better. It's like, what do you think is strawberry shortcake? 57% say 1. But Shay, you would prefer me to make the second version? Like the short version? Yeah, okay, that's definitely what I would make as with Gran as a child. Cool. Okay. Nice. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to basically make scones. I made you look. Ooh, do you used to make them with cornmeal? This person used cornmeal. Interesting. My chat is refreshing. Mine was always Angel's food cake, but looks like a shortbread. Okay. I would eat the heck out of both. All right, the chat, my chat on stream refresh. Luckily, I have it here as well. Here, it would be a bit of a mix of both of the 2. Sponge cake with a single layer topped with strawberries in a gel and whipped cream. Okay. I've never seen someone make strawberry shortcake with a biscuit. I know that, but that is, to me, is a scone, and your scone is a biscuit. What do you think about with cornmeal? I'm so intrigued now. So I'm going to, interesting how many versions there are, definitely. Now I'm going to have to find a recipe because that one's got cornmeal in it. I don't know. I've never heard of using cornmeal. Yeah. It's in the USA. So I'm going to try and find an American recipe. Easy strawberry shortcake recipe. Here we go. It looks like what you were recommending. Excuse me. Okay. So her ingredients are flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, butter, and buttermilk. I haven't assembled the cake yet though. So are you following a recipe when you make it? Yeah, because you said you were currently making it. What are you making? Like, is this the technique that you do? So like, it might be a bit hard for you to see. So they are, adding the flour, and then adding cubes of butter, and then making those butter like into breadcrumbs, and then adding the dry ingredients. To Australian or British person, this would be like making a scone, how we make scones. Is this how you make it, Shay, and anybody else in chat? I've seen them made with USA style Southern biscuits. Yeah. But your biscuits, basically American biscuits are like our Australian scones, but savoury. So then you get the dough, and then you cut it out with the cookie, like a cookie cutter, and then you bake them. This is how this lady does it. Is this how? I just want a confirmation, because this is how, if you asked me for strawberry shortcake and I didn't have a recipe, this is how I would make it. Then you cut it open, and then you do it like that. You whip the cream, you add the strawberries. I followed the recipe that I originally sent in. It's pretty much the standard yellow cake recipe. I've baked the cake. Okay, but is that how you would do it with your grandma? Do you get what I mean? Looks good, would definitely try it. Like I'm happy to continue doing this the way that but if you want me to make something different, the way that your cake that you sent in, I'm happy to do that as well. So, Shay, because it's your redemption, you can redeem for me to make the recipe that you're making, the same as yours, or make this recipe that I just showed you. What would you prefer? Somewhat. We use angel food cake cut in half and then assemble the cake using... Okay. All right. So I will make the recipe that you sent in. I'm just going to reduce the portion with angel food cake. Let's go. I'm a bit unsure of how you would, with the portions small, like would you cut it out? I think I know. I'm gonna have to reduce it because I only have a small amount of strawberries. All right. Does she have a halving function? 12 servings. So we're gonna have to halve this and we make it in like a 5-inch cake. Okay. We're gonna do this together. So we need 1/4 cup or 113 grams divided by 2 of softened butter into here. Just using this. I can understand, that's all right, all good. That's all good. We'll just make it up as we go. We'll have some fun with it. Okay, so I need 113 grams divided by 2 is 55, 50, 56.5 grams. Size cake is this, by the way? 8-inch, yeah. So this makes an 8-inch cake. I'm going to make it into a 5-inch cake. It's just going to be smaller. What is that song? Okay, and then into here we're going to add neutral cooking oil, 120 mils. So we're going to 1/4 cup, which is 60 mils. Neutral cooking oil is here. Instead of butter, we're using neutral cooking oil. I should follow the recipe. And mixing bowl, electric mixer, cream the, it says butter, there's no, oh yeah, butter and oil and sugar until creamy combined. Okay, take this off, hook. And we're gonna switch it to a paddle. Oh no, I have. I will get the sauerkraut out. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, and then lastly, we're halving this recipe, so I've got to remember each time to halve it. 300 grams divided by 2 is 150 grams of sugar. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the loss of your gran. Glad she's no longer in pain. And you've got some good memories with her. It's the most important thing. Okay. This. So just going to keep mixing that until it goes pale. Now, the sauerkraut. So it's been a week. It's starting to get funky. Still got the water seal. I've opened it a few times. That's what it looks like. I don't know, like, how to, like, if it needs to be submerged more or I should squish it down more. I think it looks fine. Hey, see that? Does it look alright? Yeah, got to be submerged at all times. Okay. So I think it's getting good. It's like starting to get funky and smell. So I think it's on its way there. And about another week, you think? It's like it hasn't got like smelt out the whole house. When I've made kombucha before and even kimchi, I think because kimchi with the fish paste, the whole house, like Exceed would hate it in the house. He would ask me to like put it in the garage and ferment in the garage or in another room because it would get real funky real quickly. All right, look at this, it's so pale. Nice. Okay, so now sugar, we want 2 eggs and we need plain flour. I've got bread flour here. So I'll take this back, turn the oven on. Angel food cake we're making. I don't think I've ever made this before, so it's a nice opportunity for me to try something different. We need 2 eggs. So the recipe originally calls for 4 eggs. If it's been a week, you can already taste. I tasted the liquid and it's not there yet. Okay. So the recipe says add eggs 1 at a time. See, this is level 1. See how fast that is? The new mixers, they have half speed. But there's no way I'm getting another one anytime soon. This is already 9 years old. 10 at the end of the year. No. Sorry, 8 years old. 9 at the end of the year. Okay. So, in another bowl, we want to whisk together the flour, baking powder, and salt. Okay, so I'm going to grab some baking powder. Excuse me. I hope I haven't been coughing too much and my voice sounds better for you than this time last week. Okay. Go here. So I need 375 divided by 2 is 150, 170, 172.5. Is it? 187.5. Oh no. I've done that before. I even filmed a video of me making the blondies that's on the website. I cracked it and I've smashed on the bench. Okay, so 187 grams. There we go. Of flour. And then we're doing a tablespoon of baking powder. God damn. So half a tablespoon for those of us playing at home and halving the recipe. That's a lot of baking powder. Considering we're adding buttermilk. So if I was going to rework this recipe, I would use what ingredient instead? What ingredient would I use instead of the baking powder? Because I'm using buttermilk for the recipe. What issue is that? No wonder I'm using so much baking powder, because the acid from the buttermilk is counteracting the baking powder to then like reduce its effectiveness. So what I would do is I would remove the baking powder or reduce it to like a quarter of a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, and then I would add baking soda. So yeah, you'd use baking soda instead. So it's very interesting. Okay, so I need milk, 300 mils, so 150 mils of milk, and I don't do buttermilk. So I'm gonna add some lemon juice or some vinegar. Okay. Half a teaspoon. Just a little bit of vinegar. We're going to add some vanilla to this, vanilla bean paste. How does the measuring jug work with the diagonal line on it? Perfect question. Okay, so you have to be aware that these are from the US, OXO, so they aren't all gonna be, you gotta remember, it's better to use the grams, so the mils section here. So like 250 mils is 1 cup. But see, these don't line up because they're from the US. So 1 cup is 240 mils. So you've got to make sure you go to the higher ridge. So basically they're on the angle. They are here as well, but it means that you can look at it from above, from bird's eye view, and you can line them up. So that's 150 mils. They're really, really good, but you just need to know how to use them effectively if you're not in the US. One of my husband's favourite cakes is buttermilk with baking soda as the rising agent. Yeah. So sometimes you would use a bit of baking powder just as backup, because what happens is the baking soda reacts with the buttermilk initially to give a big rise, but if you delay putting the cake in the oven, or that initial burst will give you so much rise, but if you use a backup of baking powder, that will give you a second slower rise in the oven, and you just kind of a bit of backup to giving you some extra leavening in your cake. That makes sense? So some recipes will use both. And also some people get a bit freaked out about using a tablespoon of baking powder. So if you use a third of a tablespoon, or what is that? 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda sounds a bit better instead of a tablespoon of baking powder. They both do different, like even though they're same, like one baking powder is baking soda plus an acid, like a dried acid, and like a salt. The science behind them, they act slightly different. Okay, so here we go. We should line our cake tin first. Take Mario away for the time being. What did I say? We're going to do 5-inch. Grab this. Spray. Baking paper. Okay. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay, fold it in half. Like that. Half again. Diagonal. Half again. You can flip it upside down. Just go from here, roughly in the middle, to the edge there. Open it up. And it will slot in there. Okay, you all know that. It's a very common thing. Okay, so eggs, vanilla extract, which we've done, baking powder, salt, and then buttermilk. Cool? So the recipe says add about 1/4, so we're going dry, wet, dry, wet. So adding about 1/4 of the dry ingredients, 1/4, you guys say 1/4, and use a spatula to gently fold them batter in until it becomes combined. Add approximately 1/3 of the buttermilk, and then stir till combined. Continue adding the dry ingredients and the buttermilk. Both have been combined into the batter. You may still have some small lumps, but that's fine. Do not use electric mix for this step. Too bad. Because I'm going to show you. Okay. So, I'm going to use that. Is this all lumpy? All right, so I've used all the wet ingredients, and you should always end on dry with this method, supposedly. Dump in the flour. And then stop. Lift this up. That. Okay. Okay. Problem with this is this bowl is so heavy. So heavy. Okay. Just scrape the edges and the bottom. Fold over. Okay. You don't want to overmix, so I've got a few lumps in there, and that's okay. Kind of work themselves out. So my cake is going to have more of a yellow tinge to it. Have you been paying attention? Why would that be? Why would my angel food cake not be as bright white and a little bit yellow? Egg color, yes. And butter, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Roselli said egg color and butter for double points. What about the egg color? What about the butter? Oh. I used this bowl to make the dough previously, and now it's a bit, some chunks of dough, and I just licked it. Just popping this in the dishwasher. So the problem, or not the problem, but a special thing about this new bowl, it has to go on the top of the dishwasher with glass. Okay. The grass the cows eat is different. The grass isn't different. It's just that they eat grass in general. Our butter is yellow, not white. Yes. So in North America, some countries, the cows eat grain, whereas Australian cows, New Zealand cows, Irish cows, European cows, if the butter is yellow, it means that they have eaten grass. They're grass-fed cows. It's the same with meat. The fat is tinged yellow compared to white, and that is a surefire way to know that the cows were eating grass and grazing, kind of like more free range. It doesn't mean specifically that with their free range. They could have been given cut grass, but the yellow comes from the chemical that's in the grass that then comes through and gives it a slightly more, like a change in the flavour, but more present in the colour. Great one, guys. All right, into the fridge, into the oven, I mean. Okay, easy. Great one. Roselli, you know that you're a VIP in my eyes, but hell's bells, I can give you VIP. Mods can't. Mods, they're already up too high. You can't give them a VIP as well. I suppose because we use it a bit differently than its intended purpose. Excuse me. So in the US, your butter and your eggs and your meat is lighter coloured because it is There's less grass around, seasonal, and grain. Some people prefer grain-fed meat, grain-fed cows for the flavour. Hellsbells. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So these strawberries, they're not looking in great shape. You are VIP now. Thank you, and Roselli, for answering my questions. Thanks for playing along. All right. So some of these are not looking fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Shay, you said make it into a gel? Who mentioned gel? I don't want to waste them. So I've got some that I can keep fresh, but we're going to make like a strawberry jam. Oh, this one's a bit gross. So these three. There we go. So to make this go a little bit further, I'm going to use a little bit of raspberries just to make up the amount because the strawberries had a little bit of sadness. So where'd my knife go? But I'm gonna top it with strawberries, okay? So we're gonna make like a little bit of a jam, strawberry raspberry jam. Like that. Like this. And all we're gonna do is add some sugar and some lemon juice. Frozen raspberries are one of my favourite products ever. I actually, in a lot of use cases, I prefer frozen raspberries over fresh. They're cheaper. They are frozen at the peak of season, so they've like a lot of amazing flavour. It's like a really big chunk that won't defrost. Goodness. Okay, so into here. There we go. Bit of sugar. As I said, we're making like a jam. And we'll add some lemon juice. Or lime even. So I bought some fresh limes. There we go. So pretend this is all strawberry, okay? So you want to make sure that you have some acid in there, so it's not so like add some brightness. It's not just plain sugar, and that's what the lime juice or the lemon juice will bring. It's like not overpoweringly sweet. You want some tartness or some like acidity. So you can leave it chunky. I don't want to cook it all the way through. Like the strawberries to go completely soft and like want them to still have some shape. the raspberries will break down because they're frozen. Yum. And then hopefully we can get the sugar to kind of like thicken a little bit as it heats up, and that will kind of thicken this sauce. Because we're going to eat it straight away, we don't have to worry about getting to a certain temperature or gelling like you would in like sterilizing it with jam if you weren't going to make it with like a high quantity. Okay, so while that's cooking, Molly, quick unrelated question. Do you buy pure icing sugar or soft? Soft. So the only time that I'll buy pure icing sugar is if I'm making macarons, but usually I have a blender. So what I'll do is I will blend pure, like cast sugar or regular white sugar into a powder, and that is pure icing sugar. Soft icing sugar or soft powdered sugar is blended sugar with it's cut, so there's a portion of it that is corn flour or cornstarch or like tapioca starch, so that prevents the sugar from hardening. Because sugar, we talk about being hygroscopic, so it draws in the moisture from the atmosphere and that goes hard. So I don't waste my money on pure icing sugar because I don't often use it, and it will go into like a brick, and it's like, it's very hard to do anything with once it is so hard. Even in trying to like break it up into and then reblend it is hard. So soft icing sugar is what is primarily used and recommended. If a recipe calls for powdered sugar, it is soft icing sugar. Pure icing sugar, a recipe will specifically call for that, like macarons or certain recipes. Beware, gotta head to bed. Can't wait to see the results. Have a fantastic sleep. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, that's good. I always buy pure, but I hate how I have to sift it because of all the lumps. Why do you buy pure, if you don't mind me asking? Because is it that you use it for a specific recipe? Huffle! Thank you for gifting to Owen. Thank you, Huffle. Thank you for hitting our goal. Legend. Shall we play some words on stream while I clean up and get ready for the next recipe? Yeah? Thank you for paying it forward, Huffle. How you been? Are we on the cake or the rolls? We are kind of in between at the moment. The cake is in the oven. The rolls, the dough is proofing. So we're kind of in the middle. Did it stop? I thought it went longer. Thank you, Huffle, for the... It's what I've always used, and yes, I use it for making royal icing and coating shortbreads. Yeah, so that's the way that I would recommend to use it. But for everything else, I use powdered icing sugar. So soft icing sugar, sorry. But yeah, it goes really hard because of that reason. It's drawing in the moisture. God, it's hot. Drawing in the moisture from the atmosphere. What you can do is put like one of those moisture keepers or like a piece of bread in there, and that will help. But the bread will, the flour, you need to kind of like raise the bread off the sugar because the sugar will like stick to the bread. That makes sense? Does that make sense? Okay, I'll give it a go. So you use soft for your cribbing. Yes. Yep. Yep, the spiced carrot cake, yes. Okay. This spoon is really hot. Okay. This. And that is your sauce. You could thicken it if you want, if a bit more. Maybe let's thicken it a bit more. Hey Crucifix, I'm making a barbecue Bloody Mary with tahine. Not for me, but I hope you enjoy it. I cannot get around, me personally, tomato juice, or a Bloody Mary tastes like you're just drinking liquid tomato soup. Okay, so we're gonna thicken this here. I'm gonna thicken this with some cornstarch. There's only a little bit, so we're gonna only use a small amount. We're gonna mix it, create a slurry, which is a mixture of water, starch. So there's no lumps, like that. No lumps. Okay. And this is gonna go back in here. Off the heat. So it's really important that you're adding this off the heat, because at 94 degrees Celsius, this will start to thicken. So it will incorporate nicely, but if it's too hot, then it will start to thicken before it's incorporated. So you take it off the heat, cool it down a little bit, and then we want to bring it back up to heat for a few minutes. See, it's gone cloudy. As the starch starts to swell, it absorbs the moisture. It'll go clear again. I think I prefer my tomato juice alcohol-free or turned into soup. Yeah, me too. I just can't do it. You're making homemade pound cake. We have made angel food cake. That was what I was asked to make. We were following a recipe, and we're making strawberry shortcake. This is with this is a little bit of raspberry in there because I didn't have too many strawberries. So good. So it has like a floury taste to it, and as we cook, the starches will start to cook and swell. That flour taste will go away. Okay. See how it's going clearer, more vibrant color. So it's going to start to thicken as well. I like my tomato juice with black pepper. Dang. Okay. We're making pepperoni rolls in a minute as well. So this will continue to thicken as it cools as well, which we planned. So we want it a little bit thick. See, it's thicker than it was before. It'll get even more thick. Even thicker as we cool it down. So I don't want to ruin it too much. Like it's already starting to break down those strawberries, which I didn't want. It's fantastic. Clear. Cooked it for about 2 minutes on heat. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Here we go. Here we go. And see? Where did you get your stoneware? This? This is just from the local grocery store, actually. Rinse your saucepan straight away. just from Woolies or Coles. Okay, so that set off aside, cool down. I can only drink Golden Circle tomato juice. Other brands taste different to me personally. Okay. Exceed, how do you feel about a Bloody Mary?
Never had one.
It's tomato juice with vodka, I think, and pepper. And then there's also a Caesar, which has clam juice in it.
But do people drink the alcoholic ones like casually?
Yeah.
Like that's like just their drink
With
of
breakfast.
choice that they get regularly?
Yeah, some people like Bloody Marys any day. Some people have them with breakfast.
I feel like it's like an alcoholic's way of getting healthy.
Nice excuse just to be like, oh, I'm eating. I'm just having my glass of juice. I'll just add some vodka in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it's a very common cocktail. But for the BBM, I am making BBM, Big Bloody Mary. I'm making it with Curveball barbecue whiskey. What does that mean? So it's barbecue smoked whiskey, V8 spicy hot, chamoy tahine. That's just regular tahine, or is that a special type of tahine? I am. This is just regular tahine. What is chamoy? Chamoy, is that how you pronounce it? Sriracha Tabasco and barbecue sugar. Oh yeah, 12. Mods, I gotta be out of here by 12. I've got a vet appointment. Yeah, we'll be done by then. The dough, proofed, looks good. This can go out of the way because I move myself. I don't like any tomato besides tomato soup or sauce. Otherwise, the only other way I eat tomatoes are when something like lasagna. Okay. Oh, camera just turned off. Just unplugged the wrong camera. Damn it. Exceed, you're gonna have to set up the camera again. The remote shooting. Oh no. Oh, we're so lucky that he's available because I accidentally turned the camera off and it turned off the photography camera. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna have time to take photos today. We better get a hurry on. Okay. So, this is our dough. We better clean the bench first. We're gonna be making pepperoni rolls. These are so good. But the best part of it is the dipping sauce. Like they're just very simple, cheese and pepperoni inside, but the dipping sauce is what makes them so good. Homemade dough as well, which is a bonus. Excuse me. Just gonna move that out of the way. Okay. How many of you have had pepperoni rolls? Who knows what I'm talking about when I say pepperoni rolls? Where's the cheese gone? I know, but I've never made them. Can't say I know, okay? All right. So, recipe calls for 250 grams of pepperoni. We've got pepperoni here. This is just 80 grams. We're only going to use a little bit because we're going to fill them with other stuff if you want. And then cheese, 200 grams of cheese or 7 ounces of a mixture of like cheddar, mozzie, whatever you like. And then we're going to top them with some sesame seeds and bacon. So I have this which is, let me remember, the name for this cheese is Colby Jack, I think. It's like from Costco. And then I have a cheddar. But the issue with this sweet, sweet cheese is it's so soft, it's really hard to grate. So I'm hoping that it comes straight out of the fridge. It'll be easy to grate. Chester can smell the cheese. He gets cheese every day because it's the best way we've found. It's the best way we've found to get dogs to eat their medication is a little bit of cheese balled up. So on days because he doesn't understand why he's not getting cheese. So on days that he doesn't get his medication, we still give him the cheese because he's always waiting for it. Leave it uncovered in the fridge. I don't know if it will. Like the cheese itself is quite soft. But I could think about it. I'm just worried about leaving it uncovered in the fridge and getting like bacteria. Okay. Because this is our regular cheese and it's gone a bit funny this time. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So you can make these vegetarian if you're that way inclined. You could also do them with ground beef. I've got some chorizo that I thought I'd add. Until it's hard enough and then I cover it, okay? The longer it ages, the harder it gets. The 18-year-old cheese is hardened. Yeah, I get that, like Parmesan things. But they're usually humidity controlled, temperature controlled. You know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing else in that area where they harden, you know, age Parmesan. Okay, so here I just have some chorizo. Romeo just like yawn burped, I don't know. Okay. I think I'm going to fry it all. You could cook this and it's going to heat it in the oven as it bakes, but I think you get a bit of texture if it's fried. So, into here. I don't know, I think I might want to chop it smaller. Use a bigger knife. Like this. Okay, and we're gonna start it in a cooler temperature pan. So we're going to render off some of the fat, so melt down so it kind of bastes itself rather than putting in extra oil. Shouldn't be. And just the reason I'm chopping it smaller is that more will fit in a mouthful and it will like fit better inside the pocket, like the pepperoni roll. It's not a scroll, it's a roll. Slight, you know, things in vernacular, changes in vernacular. a scroll would be like a cinnamon scroll. But you guys call them cinnamon rolls. In Australia, we call it a cinnamon scroll because it's in like a scroll, like a round. Whereas these we call rolls. Isn't it interesting? Ever had boiled chorizo? It's delish. A lot of oil floats to the surface. It's peeled and then, oh, I can imagine it'd be good. Like a less oil. Yeah, okay. I like that. Okay. So this recipe will make six rolls, okay? So I just want to try and see if we can do this. So that's my photo. Cool. Nice. What we're going to do is take this out like that. I'm going to try and shoot this and it like take a photo. So what did I say, 6? Oh shit, Viz. This is cool, like learning about your photography process. Yeah, so I'm just trying something different so that you guys can see. I've never done this before, but I thought, you know, start doing more in front of the scenes than, you know, than behind the scenes. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Okay. Nice. All right. So they're roughly around the same size. One's a little bit smaller. So let's just put some more there. Okay. And then I thought we're a little bit unfortunate. We should be able to do something today, but what the plan is to be able to make something on stream, then spend like an hour doing a photo shoot for it. I thought bringing my strobe light, I'll show you the difference with lighting, how you guys can improve your food photos with your phone and things like that as well. It's very simple. Like simple tricks and things that I do. And yeah, I just thought it would be cool. I can learn from you guys. Yum. So that's our chorizo. Get a little bit of flavour on it. We're making 6, right? So chorizo, pepperoni. I think we'd have more than enough. Depending on how much pepperoni you want in there. Like this is 1 pack. You could stretch it out and this will do the whole 6. But this recipe will be available on the website. It's been written up for months, or years. But I wanted new photos for the website. Let's go like this. Excuse me, chest. So I'm going to try and take some like process shots. The problem is that I don't have my trigger, so I need to press the camera and it's on a 2-second timer. Okay. Okay. There's your cheese. Okay. Put your dough there. Can you link your trigger with the Elgato pedal? I don't know. Let me just see. I'll go and get my trigger and see if it will work. Should be able to. But okay, I don't. The batteries. I think the batteries are. I need 1 second. The other idea is to use my strobe, my flash on stream as well. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. But yeah, I could figure out, this is just day one, trying to figure out like if this works on stream and if you guys like it, then we can always build on it and make things better. This is only using a 50mm lens. Can use a, Why is this working? Is the battery flat? It's not. Yeah, definitely. It's not triggering. It's like turning off. So I don't know. God damn it. Well. Oh well. I don't know why it's not beeping as well. Okay, I'm just gonna play with bracketing sequence. Yeah, there we go. Is your husband around? Maybe he can be the tech guy for. Oh no, this type of stuff this is my domain. Stream stuff is his. Cameras and stuff is for me. Okay. I'm an independent woman with photography. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we do a lot of work together and things, and he's my go-to guy. But this equipment, I usually know how to use pretty well. Let's go. Okay, let's just do this here, and then we want to go just there. So I don't know if I'll use any of these, but it's good to have them. So just slicing them like this. Just so that they're more palatable when you bite into it. You don't bite into it and like a whole piece of pepperoni comes out. New photo, product suggestion. It probably could. Like the Stream Deck probably could trigger it. It's something I should talk to Exceed about. Okay. So. Next. Chorizo. There. Excuse me. Okay. What do you want to do? Bench like this. And next time I'll use my 100 mil, my 85 mil, just so that it's more focused here and less, like you don't want this real stove in the background. I can change my. Just so it's more like cropped in, but okay. Now, what's the best way to slice with a knife? Do you want to start slicing at the point of the knife or closer to the handle for a nice cut? It's depending on what you're cutting. So if you can like forward slice, and then you can, there's also like a back slice where you're slicing and you're not kind of compressing. Sometimes like with bread, you start down and then pull up and you're not compressing the bread. I don't often use the tip of the knife. You want to start a bit more back because then you've got control. The tip here is it's a bit more delicate. And some people who use the front tip, you have a higher tendency to snap off that tip if they're pushing it down like that. It's just a not natural technique, like a natural way of you're holding your hand. So you want to clasp your hand like this on the heel of the blade, like that. You don't want to put your finger up like that. It'll cause tension in your forearm. So you want to hold the blade like this. Also, depending on what knife you're using for different things, like a chef knife is your main knife, but I find using a smaller knife, my preference, like a Santoku knife, so it's a bit smaller. But then if you're using more detailed work, you could use like a boning knife or a utility knife, like this, like a smaller knife. That's going to be more control more. And then, yeah, I have been cooking for a long time and also been kindly gifted from community members, knives, family members have been gifting me equipment for my birthday and things like that. I'm very lucky. But yeah, I usually start a little bit back. So say for instance, I'm cutting this chorizo, like I'll start there and then cut down and then back. So you cut forward and then like until your knife touches the bench and then draw back. You can just cut straight down if you want as well. It's depending on what you're cutting. So then you're rolling it down. Yeah. Let me just check this cake. Not ready yet. Okay. I went to the kitchen supply shop in Richmond last week and bought 4 more kiwi knives for a family. In 2015, I paid $3.95 each, and now they're $7.90. Yeah. Still cheap, but good. Yeah, they're really good. I'm glad that you find something you like. I hear really good things about them. And yeah, I have to try them out. Lifesaver, once again, I will implement the cooking. No worries, if there's things that I do, it's not right or wrong, it's just my preference and I teach what I do and it works for me. People do different things, different techniques as well, and I'm always open to learning what everyone else is doing too. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do this as per the recipe so I make sure I'm doing it correctly. I like this angle. What do you think of this angle? Compared, obviously we've got this. So that's the wrong one. That's good as well, but I'm kind of vibing this. as well. It's pretty cool. From an honest POV of this angle, it is meant look like 30. It is slower. Yeah. So this camera, this is set up to take photos. So I'm just showing you what the camera's seeing, but I am taking photos. So this will probably be 30 FPS. If I was filming, it would be higher, but I'm just taking photos today. So that's why it's on the camera film setting, photo settings. Yeah, I can increase it. It's on 50 FPS at the moment. That's 60. Here you go. I prefer the white squares to not be there, but that's just me. Oh, interesting, okay. Yeah, well this is landscape, and then this one is portrait, so it fits nicely. What's going on with my... The white squares are putting it off? Oh, the focus point? Yeah, okay. I can understand. Yeah, I get that. We go back here. Do you mean the white squares? So when you say the focus, oh, the focus point, okay. My laptop just turned off. Okay, we'll just do one in this time being. So what you want to do is you want to roll it out or push it out like this. And then, this is way better. This is our usual setup. Okay, so cheese, like this. And then pepperoni. Cool, I'm just taking some photos. Yeah, the reason is to take some photos for streams. We might figure out we can stack these two shots and then put the photography one on the side, so then it's not as distracting. Okay, so just remembering how I did this. I think it's just... My laptop's turned off, it's coming back. I don't think this is right, but there we go. So you can do, pepperoni cheese, all different types of cheese. Caramelized onions would be good, but the marinara sauce, which we're gonna make once these go in the oven, is the best. Okay. This is the thing that I told you last week. Remember I was saying, when you plug something in, you feel like you've got that reassurance that it's like, it's turned on, and then you've got that reassurance that something's charging. Had plugged my laptop in, I didn't realize it wasn't plugged into the wall. So, kind of like disappointed. So I always wanted to know if it's appropriate to ask a restaurant on how they make their sauces. It's usually a no-no because I want to make it at home, but can never tell. Sometimes you can ask them and the chefs will tell you what's in it. There's no harm in asking at the end of the day. If you ask, there's a percentage chance that you get the sauce, right? If you don't ask, what is the likelihood that you're gonna get this name of the sauce? Someone's not gonna hand it to you and be like, hey, I had a feeling that you were thinking that you wanted the sauce. Here, I've written it down for you. That's not gonna happen, is it? So you can increase your chances English. You can incredibly increase your odds of actually getting what you want by going for it. asking, making the move, because that's what they say. Michael Jordan said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right? So there's no harm in asking the waitress, hey, do you know what's in this sauce? Can you ask what's in this sauce? I really like it. I'd love to learn how to make it. And sometimes the chefs, they, like if I was working in a restaurant, I would be honored. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I'll scribble it down for you. It's really, really, they made it and they wanted someone else to, replicate it. Sometimes it might just be from a jar, you'll never know, but they might give you the name of the jar. One of the best hollandaise sauces I've ever tasted in a restaurant, they let me know they buy it from the supplier of the carton and let me buy it from them when I needed it. That's amazing. Literally, it's like asking questions on the job. They would rather you be asking questions than doing the wrong job, 100%. Okay, so divide the 6 portions, layer, roll each portion into roughly 15 by 10 centimeters or 4 by 6 inches, layer and starting at the shortest edge, roll it up. Oh yeah, it's okay. It is what I was thinking. All right. So press it out or roll it out like this. Cheese. Just gonna switch here for 2 seconds. Okay. Cheese. Like that. Pepperoni. So push it down slightly, like this. And what you're gonna do is it says, starting from the shortest edge, roll it up to enclose, okay. So go from here, and you're just rolling. Like that. And then get to here. And you're just pinching it all shut. Finish the cake? Nice. There we go. But you can really do it any way you want. Like that's tighter than that. But just like this. Fill it with pepperoni, cheese, like that. And then let's go bring these 2 edges in, like that. Fold this up, pinch, flip it over. Just make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. Beautiful. Not the greatest cake, but I'm proud of you. All right, I'll have a check it out. Excuse me, I'm just gonna get this cake out of the oven. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Hot. Okay, taking the cake out of the oven. Is it ready? Pressing here, it's bouncing back, bouncing here. See how it's not, I don't know how to explain. See here, I press there and it bounces back. See there, it's not bouncing back. Here, it means it's not cooked. If I show you, it comes out clean. Here, it comes out not clean. I don't recommend that because you'll see in my website, this, depending on the cake, like brownies especially, you might want it like a little bit softer.
Delicious.
But it's just, for this type of cake, it's better, you just press it.
Flip it over like I do and watch it fall apart with news everywhere.
Boing, 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 flip it over like I do and watch it fall apart. and ooze everywhere. Oh my goodness. Hey Carrie, thank you for fuck her out. 50 months. God damn. Thank you for the resub. How was your weekend? How's the family? How's your dad? How's your mum? All right. Cheese. 50 months is crazy. Look at this one. Pepperoni. How's everyone been, Kez? As well as you, of course. How is the shoulder today? Okay. Antamina.
Delicious.
Thank you for gifting to Kai. Kai, I thought you were running off, by the way. Okay, like that. Pepperoni rolls. Thank you very much. Okay, so pushing it out, pushing it out, pushing it out. 15 by 10, 4 by 6 inches. Like that. Cheese, you want a good amount of cheese, remember. And then, was that pepperoni? I think that was chorizo. Let's just, like that. A bit more. Okay. So like a burrito, tuck the ends in like this. And then roll this into the middle. Fold this up. And then pinch it all together, okay? Beautiful. So this recipe will be up. I'm gonna fix this one. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. Okay, like that. This recipe will be up on the site ASAP. I needed new photos. So you want it roughly in like a square? Rectangle, sorry. Okay, we've got a lovely community here, Kai. They're above average humans. They're full of sass. They give me a hard time, but they're very helpful to each other, which is all I could ask for. And me. They're helpful to me. They're helpful to me. Family's fine. I'm still suffering, horribly suffering from cortisone shot. It's painful. I remember my knee was sore for a few days, but it'll get better in the long run. Sass? What's sass? Okay. So, remember? Let's go here. Nope. Like this. So we're gonna let that sit for a bit. My cheese. You cook like I do by snacking while doing it. Yeah, on occasion. You gotta taste it, right? Because then how will you know that it tastes good? This is my breakfast. Okay, so we'll take a photo of that. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna let these proof with covered for a little bit longer. Then we are going to egg wash, sesame seeds, bacon. Cool? Ah, the weird Molly camera photo cam. Awesome. Yeah, we're taking some photos. So it means helping me get the recipes up earlier, quicker for you guys. Excuse me. Okay. What's next? Because then like, I don't have to make them or get, you know, we stream for like 5 hours and then I have to, then I'm tired and then I have to get the energy to then put the recipe through a photo shoot and then it never looks as good and then I feel like I want to remake it. Yeah. And they don't cool off and look at the end, that's it, see? All right, so we need to make this sauce, which I should be able to do in there, the dipping sauce, which is the best bit. We're waiting for our cake because I need to leave in an hour. Because I didn't know this, I didn't plan this. Exceed tried to get Chester into the vet. He's got 2 ear infections, we think. And because he's on antibiotics, oh no, he's on chemo, we're gonna be really, really, really careful. Here we go. Molly, can I ask you how to make the sauce? Of course you can. Let me teach you. It is super easy and very yummy. Oh my God. Oh my God. You will not believe. The one ingredient that I always have is crushed tomatoes. And what is the one ingredient that I don't have at the moment? Oh my God, I buy this in bulk so I don't run out. Guys, I don't even have passata. What the heck? Oh my God. Oh my God. This is my most used ingredient in the house. And oh my God. Oh my God. What the heck? Do I have any fresh tomatoes? The world is ending, right? 100%. Hey Google, add crushed tomatoes to my shopping list. We're using fresh tomatoes today, guys and gals.
Sure. I added crushed tomatoes to the list called shopping.
Okay. You gotta pretend that this is diced tomatoes, okay? Diced tomatoes. I'm gonna try and fix this, but okay, so the thing you need is 1 tin can of diced tomatoes. Then we need honey or maple syrup. Honey is my preferred. Garlic, oregano, salt, onion powder, paprika, chili flakes, or brown sugar. Brown sugar instead of honey is even better. Okay. So, I'm gonna add that in there. I'm gonna add some of this and we'll just make our own tin of tomatoes. It's just some tomato paste. It's gonna make it a bit stronger. Okay. So the issue that I'm having, this cake would have been done 10 minutes ago if I used a larger cake tin, but I wanted to use a smaller cake tin and it's taller. I think it's done now. I think it's done now, guys. You shop like me. When do I cooking there? There's something missing. But it's usually pretty good, I think. But sometimes, yeah, stuff goes missing, or you assume you've got something. So this is 5-inch cake. So pressing around the edges springs back nicely, right? The center, it's coming back better now, but before it kind of collapsed a little bit. So the best thing to do is take it out of the oven, let it set for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then unmold it. So it's going to continue cooking with the residual heat, okay? Does look really good, doesn't it? So this is my angel food cake. And for some people, angel food cake looks white. So like strawberry shortcake looks white cake, whereas my butter is so yellow, it's a bit hard because it doesn't look as the same. Okay. Ready knife around. And then as it cools, it can contract. So then it will be easier to get out of the tin later. When I make my cake for friends and family, they usually ask me if I've done it from scratch. Do they really? Make sure 100% from scratch. I totally didn't buy the premix. I don't think I've ever had anyone ask me if something's from scratch before. It's usually, did you make this? But yeah, because I think, like, I don't know. Oh, that was a dumb thing to do. Kind of pulled a bit of an edge off, but we can try it. Just had a weird taste initially, but I think it's fun. Very buttery, oilier than I was expected. You never wait for things to cool down. I ain't got no time for that. I am impatient. So you know what I have to do now when I don't stream, when I have to wait for bread to cool down, I go and put a TV show, or I go and distract myself for at least 30 minutes. Sometimes I put a timer on so I don't like try and break the, like if I take bread out of the oven, at least 30 minutes, or 30 to 45 minutes, it needs to cool down. So I set a timer, and then I can't be like, oh, it's been, been 20 minutes or whatever, or time's up. I know that it's like I need to walk away from it. I'm the other way around. When I am shopping for something in particular, I tend to buy stuff just in case. That's me, Seedith. That is me. And that's one of the reasons why that we were having this discussion earlier on stream, I can't go shopping in person. I have to buy online because then I don't buy things I don't need. Or I learned this from my mum, was like, if something's on sale, you're like, I buy this anyway, I should buy it because it's on sale and I'll save my future self money. So that's why I'm out of like the tomatoes, because I assume that I always have them because I buy them in bulk. All right. Okay, just chopping up our tomatoes. Online, them delivery fees must be catching up with you. Nope. So I pay half price. So I think I got it for $25 a year. That includes free delivery. You get 10% off every month off an order. You get like a coupon code for one order. You get 10% off in store and another one online. And so I do my groceries online. And if they're over $50, it's free delivery. If under that, you can go pick it up. And it's like you pull your car, like reverse your car into a bay. You tell them that you're here, and they bring out the groceries to you. It's called it's called like a click and collect, but park and something. I don't know. Is this Coles? Woolies. Woolies. Coles would probably have the same type of deal. Okay. Into this sauce, 2 garlic cloves, some dried oregano, salt, bit of salt. Is that onion powder? Okay. Onion powder, half a teaspoon. oregano, 1 teaspoon. Paprika and chili flakes. Just regular paprika. And a bit of chili flakes. So this recipe, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you already have access to this recipe. It's in Molly Test Kitchen. Half a teaspoon of butter, like that. Garlic, I'm just adding confit garlic because I got it. Ah, hot. Okay. He's on the phone with me while shopping and still messes up somehow. Exceed used to work at a grocery store for like 8 years, so he's pretty good. I sometimes ring him when I can't find something in Coles or the grocery store, and I'm like, what aisle would this be? And he would tell me. He was the dry goods manager until he went into IT. Okay. I did have honey here, didn't I? Brown sugar or honey or maple syrup, whatever you like. I think sometimes partners use that excuse that, you know, where they don't want to do something because they'll get in trouble. It's like as a cop out of that, they like, it's like rather than not doing something, or like, oh, I don't want to do it because I'll get in trouble if I choose the wrong thing. Like, well, if you write it down what you need, like I know my uncle gets in trouble. He's like, oh, it's easier if I don't do it and you go, to my auntie. And she's like, if you just take note of what I've asked you for and you go and get it, then it saves me time. And I don't have to feel like I'm doing it myself. Okay, so this is our sauce. Remember, we use a can of tomatoes. Okay, and this is what the sauce will look like. And now we're just going to cook it down. Because the tomatoes are, see how they're like orangey? That is because the tomatoes were like ripe and raw. So as we cook them, the natural sugars will caramelize. I refer to it as weaponized incompetence. That's a good term. Yeah. And it's like not taking accountability, just be like, oh, you know, it's easier if you do. Yeah, it's easier for you if I do, but then I like, you know, got double the work on. Okay. What's the time? Let's get these things in the oven. They're not as puffed as I wanted them, but I think they'll be fine. We egg wash them. We need to get them on the cake. I don't know if I'm gonna, I might come back to stream. I don't know how Chester's gonna be. Damn it. I wanted to do my photo thing today. Okay. So, Shay, with this, you would just cut it in half, or how would you, to do your individual portions? I think we're just going to cut it in half today. And we're going to make individual portions another day. Like that. Ooh. So hot. I'm not Shay, but I just dig in and scoff it down. So we need to let this cool, so I cut it in half so it cools down quicker. So we've got 45 minutes. Okay. Put these in here. Okay. Oh my God, the sauce is so good. I put a little bit too much oregano in. The steam coming off the cakes, right? I didn't know you could see it. So this is like the dipping sauce for your pepperoni rolls. Okay, so this is our cake. I can't really do anything with it until it's cooled because it's gonna ruin everything, the cream and whatever. Or what you could do is just cut a slice and then put that with jam and cream. It'll cool down quicker rather than layering it. But I'm bad at flavouring things. When I see my support workers say, pour in a little bit, my little looks like his lot. So it's better to ask. You could make, yeah, my plan. Okay. So, no, you didn't. You didn't butcher it all. Where do you come from? Okay, Kai, if you don't mind me asking. Grab some powdered icing sugar, soft powdered icing sugar, not pure. You for birth? But English is not your first language? My English, I can't speak English. I'm a native English speaker, and I can't speak either. Don't worry, I haven't stole those. But it is. So you like me? Yeah. He will never mix up parsley and, well, one thing at least, he will never mix up parsley and cilantro again, since I actually laughed so hard I cried when he did at the beginning of our relationship. Does this one look nice? Yeah, it's fresh and all, but why did you bring me cilantro when I needed parsley? I didn't even know there was a thing called cilantro. Oh my goodness. So, Cedith, we were on stream once and I went to ask my husband Exceed, I said, can you go and top left of the garden bed is parsley. And I said, can you go get me some parsley? I gave him some scissors. I said, it's like the top left. Can you just like cut me some? So he came back and he was very proud of himself. And because he chopped off what was the top left. Turned out it was the tops of the carrot. So he bought me carrot tops. And I laughed so much. And you know, it's exactly what I said. It was the top left. There was carrots growing next to the parsley. And that's where he grew. Yeah, he grabbed. So yes, hey me know. All right, a little bit of cream and a little bit of powdered sugar. It's not only going to a little bit of sweetness, it's going to also give us some stability so that the cream kind of doesn't separate. You want to use really cold cream when whipping. It sets you up for success and prevents you from curdling the cream, turning into butter. So you're mixing up ingredients. Did you know vanilla extract isn't the same as strawberry extract, despite being the same bottle? Never seen strawberry extract before. Like strawberry flavour? I'd like to try that. Whipping. So cold, fresh cream, a little bit of powdered sugar. You could add a little bit of mascarpone, cream cheese, or gelatin are all stabilizing agents, so it doesn't like kind of melt at like warm temperatures. It's great until you mix it into whipped cream. Let's add some vanilla. A bit of vanilla. Antamina, are you off? Also, Molly, before I left, someone in the chat shared their omelette. Is it a myth or something? Eggs cause high cholesterol. Oh, not sure. I don't think so. Hold on. Hey Google, do eggs cause high cholesterol?
On the website mayoclinic.org, they say, answer from Francisco Lopez Jimenez, MD. Chicken eggs are an affordable source of protein and other nutrients. They're also naturally high in cholesterol. But the cholesterol in eggs doesn't seem to raise cholesterol levels the way some other
So it's
foods,
good
such as those
cholesterol.
high in trans fats and saturated fats, do.
Yeah, so I would say it does have, but it's not, it's like the better version of cholesterol. Yeah? Good question. The health, sometimes like the thing, foods like eggs, the health benefits outweigh the negative effects. That. Nice heavy whipped cream. Yum. Okay. Part of me wants to just cut this now. There was a study back in the 90s that warned us about the cholesterol in eggs. And what did they say now? Did they overturn it? And it was rescinded. Yeah, nice. In the opinion that blood tests cause high cholesterol because until they take it, you don't have it. This is true. I can see you chomping at the bit. Shh. Okay. Well, in the meantime, we're going to make some egg wash, and we're going to egg wash these, okay? Look at these. They look so good. So, 1 egg, whisked, 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 whisked. Let's show this, said this before, I'm on my weight loss journey from 132 and now, wow, amazing. Good on you. We have a bunch of recipes on our website. Some are healthier than others and versatile. If you, for some, a little bit of kind of inspiration. Okay. All right. Great. That's good to hear. All right. Join Discord and feel free to share your wins in there. Okay. So we're just going like this, painting. Okay. Very cool. And then so it makes it nice and shiny. And then what we want to do one more. Some sesame seeds. These are black and white sesame seeds. I believe there's an introduction section appropriate. Yeah. There's an introduction section. It's just black and white sesame seeds. You could use either. There we go. Look good, hey? And then into the oven, nice hot oven. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so really important when washing out a brush like this, when you use cold water, because the proteins will not like cook basically. So it removes them from the bristles. Or you can soak it in a little thing of water. Okay. I have a friend who has lost a significant amount of weight, and when asked what have you noticed now with the weight loss, she responded people treat her differently now and acknowledge her when they still the same beautiful person she was. Needless to say, she has no time for false friendships. I remember when, like, you know, put weight on since stream, and before we started streaming, Troy and Exie and I were really fit and healthy, and we're kind of getting back to that. But people definitely, there's like, people will make remarks about you eating, or people will be quick to tell you that you've lost weight or whatever, but then sometimes people are a little bit weird and coy when you've, I don't know, that people are very strange to comment on your body when you've lost weight. And like, I have family members who, it's because of that older generation, you know, health and weight is such a big topic that they think that it's okay to make comments and bring it up all the time. Oh, you're like the first thing they say, you know, is you see them for like a family event. It's like, oh, they're like, hi, oh, have you lost weight? It's like, I know that you're, the intention is there, and that's what you need to remind yourself. The intention is that they're being sweet and kind, even though it doesn't come across like that. And, you know, I've said on stream, like, you know, that quote resonated with me, like, the way that I look is the least interesting thing about me. And, yeah, it's like, oh, like, it'll be like, oh, have you lost weight? And you say yes. How much? I'm like, that is nothing to, you know what I mean? Like, it's very awkward, and I feel sorry for your friend. But it's a great opportunity now that she's got no time for people that false friendships and false, like that, people that now have time and treat her differently. Is it appropriate to share a before and after in a cooking-based channel? There is a channel in our Discord called Photo Share, if you'd like, or health. There's all things health and fitness, if you feel comfortable. But you know, you can do it at any stage. Like, if you want to be part of the community and like check the vibe for a bit, but it's up to you. Yum. Okay. I feel like I've missed something. A spice in that sauce. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but introduce yourself and stick around. Paprika, chili flakes, onion powder, salt, oregano. Okay. Okay. So that's in the oven. We've got about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Did you hear about there's going to be a new Hunger book? No, never read a Hunger Games book, ever. Okay, I think we're done. So let me go get cake stand. Okay, so got a little cake stand. I'm gonna put the bottom on the top, top on the bottom, on the top on the bottom, like this. Like that. Looks good. This is our strawberry compote sauce. Chunks of strawberries there. See, it's nice and thick. It's not running everywhere, which I love. And so I've not run it all the way to the edges because when I put the cream on and then the other layer, it risks spilling out. Like that. Want my spoon. See? That. Exact thing I didn't want. I said, thought to myself, oh, you know that's enough. And then I was like, no, let's just put more on. Silly Molly. See, look at that weight. It's just gonna ooze out. God damn it, Molly. This is delicious. I think it's gonna be so good. It's way more than I was expecting to ooze. God damn it. Let's go that way. There we go. That looks better. You never know. As I said before, strawberries aren't exactly in season, but I think this still looks pretty good. The punnet of strawberries cost me $5.90, I think. Look at that. What do you think? This is the Molly strawberry shortcake. A bit ooey, ooey gooey. I think it looks good. Shall we cut into it? What do you think, Shay? How do we do? Isn't there a month subscription? Oh, what are you guys talking about? Do you know if you've got Spotify now do audiobooks? Exceed and I pay for Exceed and I pay for Spotify for stream, and we just found out I can probably cancel my Audible. Okay. Oh. Looks amazing. Hope it tastes. All right, let's go. Oh my goodness. gonna be messy, but I don't care. Look at this. Look at that. Sorry, you're seeing all this mess. Crumb cake. Look at that. Let's have a taste. Nice, moist cake. That is good. Yum. Cake is a little bit thicker than I was expecting, but not too sweet. It's moist. It's very light. You could probably do more layers, like I said. We cut it in half. We cut it in thirds, or even quarters. The raspberry in the jam is really good. I prefer that. I prefer raspberry than strawberry, but the strawberry and raspberry together is really nice. Look at this. Ready? Blah, 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 blah. It's to be fallen over. What do you think? How'd we do? Hope I made you proud, Shay. Let's get some of this jam. Okay, for these food photos, get rid of this. And we get a photography background. Yum. I also like that the cake is a bit warm. I'm a big fan of like warm cake with cold cream, even ice cream. Okay. I did mine a little different. I just had whipped cream on first, then the strawberries. Yeah, okay. Just a difference in layering. Okay. So this is still orange-ish. I would say now, because it hasn't changed colour, because the tomatoes were less ripe, the cherry tomatoes, it's just taken on a more orange hue. Like, you know, when you have different colours of tomatoes, like yellow tomatoes, when you blend them, they're going to be yellow. No amount of rendering and cooking them down. Right. Okay, how are these going? Oh no, we had a little bit of a blowout. The cheese came out. Keep the strawberries on the cake. Okay. Put the whipped cream on first. Yeah, if I thought my strawberries would be jam would be thicker, it would stay there, and then it would be the whippiness of the cream if that went on. But you could do it either way. I'd probably try your way as well. The cake made me have second thoughts on buying mud cakes from Coles. Also healthier too. Well played, Molly. Yeah, mud cake from Coles is good. I haven't had them in years, but They're very yummy. And you can control what goes in them if you make food yourself. So Molly, when you make scones, are you a jam first? Yes. Yeah, so is it Devon? And yeah, so I put, all my family, everyone I know, puts jam on first and then cream on top. Because I feel as though you put cream on the bottom, then your jam spoon gets dirty, like trying to spread it over. It's a bit awkward. So yeah, we're always jam and then dollop of cream. Kind of spread that around easier. I don't know. I think it's Shaddy, Lord Shadamar. I'm pretty sure he does it the other way. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, depending on what type of cake, what you're doing, do it different. You can do it either way. You just get a different effect, a different look to the cake. Is mud cake just a chocolate pie? So mud cake is like a really dense chocolate cake. So it is really dense and rich. I don't know if I've ever heard of, it's not chocolate pie, it is a cake. It is like a really dense chocolate cake, really rich, less fluffiness. Do you allow people to double dip? I have friends that hate double dipping. I think that so for me, the way for double dipping is if you have a chip and you bite onto the chip and then the chip has no dip on it, you flip it around and then where your mouth hasn't been, you hold on to where your mouth has been and then you dip again. Same with like a carrot stick. You dip a carrot stick, bite into it, flip it around, the bit that hasn't touched your mouth, then you re-dip. That's the only way I like double dipping and suggest people double dip. Double dipping is a no-no for me unless what Molly said, yeah. I only heard of mud pies. So a mud pie, we usually make in the background, yeah, mud pies with actual mud and sand. Yeah, we used to do that as kids. So I wasn't expecting this to happen, and I don't know, this is now causing me to doubt taking photos because this has never happened before. I think it's because of the type of cheese that I use. I thought that I sealed them quite well. Look at this. So they did blow out. I think it's the type of cheese that I use, that American cheese. I don't know, but look, it's just oozing. It's so oozy. So I think I can clean it up and then take a better photo. Bloody American cheese. Just can't stay put. I was just gonna look oily. We should have left it. Okay. So I'm just gonna get my other camera lens and I can show you something different. So I'm gonna switch from a 50 mil to an 85 mil macro. All right, so this is a 50 mil lens. But my preference is, just gonna get blurry for a minute. This is the macro lens. So see how much tighter it's cropped in? So what you would do is move it further away. It's not a zoom lens, so you can't zoom. You have to literally move yourself or your subject. But the thing about, it's really important for me, and then I think for you guys, is that you see the food and it look better and closer up, and you see texture, and you're gonna get that from a macro. Okay, so I'm gonna go up a little bit. And now I can move further away like this. Or see, there's so much in the background that I would block off. So what you would do is get something like this. So it just kind of breaks it up, and the focus is like more in the forefront.
Are you aware of the time?
I am aware of the time. I'm going. My pepperoni rolls had a bit of a blowout. I don't love the lighting. So for instance, if I was to do this, see, huh? It is so moody, but what I would do so I can like edit this in post, but see the lighting is coming, this is still, it's not ideal, but the lighting is coming from one direction, one side, and that's where you want, this is still not ideal because there's 3 lights spaced differently, like in different areas, but it's better than having top lights as well. So when we do this again, maybe on Wednesday, what we'll do is we'll have a different, I'll have my strobe light set up or my Elgato light set up. The issue is that there's like no, look at that. Hola! ¿Cómo estás? Like that. Yeah, I think that you guys will, I hope that you guys will like it. It's just something that I love, and I can, like, I'm gonna do it anyway, so it'd be cool if I could stream it and bring it out in here into the kitchen. And you can see what kind of like the things that go into it, ask any questions. Okay. So what you, like, I gotta go, but you know, what you would do is like get some of this cheese that like melted off, and you would put it in there and then remelt it. So it's like, it looks gooey. So then you could do like, fuck, it's so hot. Oh my God, it's like burning my fingers. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so hot. Oh. here. I'm gonna hold it really, really, really still. That's good. Yum. Yum. And so then the idea was I'd pull and then you'd get cheese and like a cheese pull and stuff. Problem is that because I'm not using flash, I have to hold this very, very still. Whereas when I use my flash, we've used it on stream before, you can basically stop motion and like freeze a moment. And it's very cool. All right. So I have to come back to this. All right. The vet's only not too far. Sure, I have to run off. But this recipe will be out soon. Pepperoni rolls. Look at that. Pepperoni cheese rolls with this beautiful sauce. Just need to take some photos of it and get it up on the website. Almost looks like a bagel. That kind of does, doesn't it? Very flavorful, very yum, very versatile. So some of these have chorizo, some have pepperoni. You could do vegetarian, plant-based meat alternative, or just cheese, caramelized onion. Heaps of possibilities. Our dog Chester, who has leukemia, he's got an ear infection, and the only time we could get into our local vet was 12, which is in 5 minutes. Chorizo rolls, yeah. One of these. But thank you everyone for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for Dex, the 9 gifted subs, Huffle gifted, and Antamina, and all the resubs. 3 days is too long. The next stream is in 2 days. We'll be back. And I'd love to hear about. So I want to hear about your weekend, but also I want to hear anyone who's interested in the Xbox game show. If the whatever it's called, the event, the Microsoft event. If you guys have anything you're looking forward to, I want to hear about in Discord. Who is this? See, no one's cooking. No one in my friends list. All right. Well, I'm going to send you off to Iffy because you got to tell Iffy that I made pepperoni rolls today. Doom, I know that you'd be excited for Doom. Ryan is Iffy. He's my go-to human to raid. Sorry that I need to run off. The big dog, Chew. He's looking for food. Thank you everyone who has contributed to today's stream. If you found us for the first time, hit the follow button, come and hang out with us. Dex, Claws and Whiskers, Dex, Huffle, Carrie, and Antamina. Thank you for supporting the community and supporting me. Next stream, we're making pretzels and lemon meringue bars, okay? So we're making sweet and savory pretzels, cups, and then lemon meringue bars, and the lemon meringue bars will go on the website as well. So I've taken photos of them. It's basically a recipe test for Wednesday. Thank you everyone for being here. Please give some love to Iffy. I can't stay, but let him know I love him and tell him I made Fallout pepperoni rolls. Okay? See you guys. Make sure you copy and paste this. You guys are representing me now, so make sure you do a good job.